What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm making this video for the express purpose of explaining why I have not made a video in I think almost 2 days now. And that is because I am in an MK677 induced coma. I think at this point that is the best way to describe what has happened to me. I don't know how it happened. But I want to touch on a couple of MK677 topics in this video to at least make it useful for something other than admitting that I can't get out of bed for more than like 3 hours at a time. So I got MK677 from my favorite source, and it came in powder form. Let me just tell you that 1 out of 10 do I recommend ever buying MK677 in powder form. Apparently, it is hydrophobic, which means that it. I thought it was hydrophilic, but apparently hydrophobic means that it absorbs water out of the air, and it does this at an incredibly insane rate. So I've dealt with lots of powders before, or like raws, basically. So like I've had Anavar raw that looks basically like table sugar. I've had Proviron raw, which looks very similar. Cialis raw is like just a total powder. I mean, it's like Coke kind of. And I've never had any trouble, like sublingualing these things or capping, weighing them out into small doses and putting it in capsules, which is what I intended to do with the MK677. So I was trying to start low at a dose of 5 milligrams twice a day, which is what I was doing before and having good success with it. It wasn't killing me on the lethargy side for some reason. I don't know. Because I did have lethargy issues the first time I ran it, which is why I stopped running it. And then when it crashed my diet, I decided, fuck it, I'll try it again. And I was running it alongside Proviron, which I'm doing now. And it was fine. I was loving life. So when you get this MK677 in powder form and you start scooping it out of the bag to weigh out like 5 milligram doses, which is really difficult even with a milligram scale, the powder very, very rapidly, and when I say very rapidly, I mean I made like 3 caps, and I noticed that there was there appeared to be this strange substance forming on the little metal cup, basically, that you weigh in. And I'm poking at it with my little scoop, and it's like gelatinous and sticky. And so what I began to discover is any little droplets of the powder that were not making it into the capsule and were staying on the little weighing scoop, or like little weighing. If you have a milligram scale, you know what I'm talking about. There's like a little metal dish basically that you weigh in. And it was absorbing water and turning into this sticky gel-like substance. And so then you go to try to scoop more powder out of the bag. The powder is getting stuck to the gel that's forming on your scoop, because anywhere the powder is sticky by nature. And anywhere if it's like a clump of powder, it resists the water better. But if it's like tiny little specks of powder, it just rapidly gels and turns into the sticky substance. So I was able to get like 3 or 4 caps made before the entire thing just started becoming a disaster, where everything was just all gummed up, and I could no longer be certain of the actual powder weight because it was absorbing moisture out of the air so quickly. So I made like 5 doses or something, and I started taking them a couple of days ago. First day was relatively okay. The second day, I take them like 1 at about 9 o'clock in the morning and about 9 o'clock at night. Then like the second night I took my dose and I didn't go to bed until like 4:30 in the morning or something that night. My wife and I were up late watching Night Country, which is a terrible, horrible TV show. It's nowhere close to the first season of True Detectives. Anybody who even deigns to compare this piece of shit fucking series to the original True Detectives is a complete idiot. The original True Detectives is one of the best TV series ever made. It's a transformative experience just to watch it. And Night Country pales in comparison in every fucking conceivable way. It's a total shit show. But nevertheless, we were trying to get through it. And so we stayed up till like 4:30 in the morning watching Night Country. I fell asleep and slept straight through from 4:30 in the morning till 5:30 the next evening when my wife woke me up and was like, babe, like, it's dinner time. I think you need to get out of bed. Total coma. I dreamt for the first time, and I cannot remember when. And since that event, I don't think I've been out of bed for more than maybe 4 hours before I just fucking start nodding off again. I was in the office the other day. Yesterday I got up. I forced myself out of bed because I have a new weekly client, and I had put him off for 2 days because I couldn't stay awake. And so finally I was like, I've got to get off my ass and call this guy. This is terrible. He's already paid, and which of course I'm not going to start his week until, obviously I'm not going to penalize him for me being in an MK677 coma. But so we had our phone call. I ate, tried to start making a video. Like, I had an idea, some videos that I want to make, and I was basically starting to kind of get things set up, and I was doing a little research before the video, and then all of a sudden it just, like, the lethargy started coming on, and I was sitting up in my chair in my office, and suddenly I woke up, and I had just nodded off sitting up in my chair. So at this point I'm starting to panic, like, did these people send me something that's not MK? I mean, it's behaving like MK. It absolutely fires my appetite. I'm eating like crazy on it. The other thing that no one told me, so I'm going to tell you, not only is the MK powder a total pain in the ass to work with, like, I still haven't, I'm going to tell you even more about that. But before I forget, the first time I opened the bag and I was immediately hit in the face with this very strong chemical smell, which made me more than a bit nervous, because without going into too many details, back in my street drug days, I was around, like, I've seen some chemistry, if you know what I mean. And, it had a very strong smell, like somebody had tried to use something to clean a product or something and didn't get it all out. And it had this very strong chemical smell to the powder. But I've always had good experiences, and I thought, who knows, So it's like I'm 5 milligrams, like this tiny little speck of powder. So I weigh out 5 milligrams, and I, stick my tongue to the little metal weight scale thing, and oh my god, the second that tiny little bit amount of powder touched my tongue, I thought I just licked like a lithium battery acid crusted terminal or something. Like, it tasted like you would imagine like paint thinner and battery acid, or like gasoline and paint thinner. It was the most noxious, god-awful taste of I've never put anything in my mouth that tasted like this. Like, it tasted, talk about toxic. If you, like, you just think the word toxic. This stuff, the second it touched my tongue, I thought, oh my god, my tongue is getting ready to melt out of my face. Like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I start panicking. Horrible aftertaste. Like, you cannot even imagine. The aftertaste is just lasting and lasting and lasting. I like hollered out when I put it in my mouth. My wife was like, what's going on? I walked in there and I'm like, this crazy look on my face, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can't even express the way that just felt and tasted on the tip of my tongue. And I'm sitting there literally waiting, like waiting for something terrible to happen. And so I started immediately, getting on Reddit and anything I could find. And thankfully I found multiple different, people online talking about all of these things. That it's a sticky fucking mess, that it tastes god awful, that it tastes like paint thinner, gas, all the things I've said. You can find it. It's all over the internet. People are talking about how horrific the powder tastes. So it's terrible to work with. It is absolutely horrific tasting. And so far, it has made me effectively, I mean, like, completely useless. I get up, like, I've eaten several meals in bed. I think I made a video the other day. Actually, I talked about it. Maybe I made a video after the first day when I said that, like, I was sleeping for 12 hours and I woke up and to the sound of my daughter asking for chicken nuggets and just like ate all these shit. It's been like that every day. Like, I just cannot stay out of bed. I got up at noon today. We took our kids to the park. My son's got like a new little girlfriend, I think, or something, and so like all of his parents had our kids at the park, and we're all hanging out. And so I'd been awake for like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and I thought I was getting ready to try to lay down and take a nap, like in the park. I eventually went to the truck and tried to sleep in the back of the truck, like in the back seat. I couldn't sleep. And so finally we left, came home, I got in bed and went straight to sleep and slept for 2.5 hours. Just dead to the world, vivid, horrible dreams. All of my dreams that I've been having in these deep sleep have been terrible fucking nightmares. So it's like, I'm having horrid nightmares. I'm sleeping constantly. If I'm not sleeping, I'm eating everything in sight. And my gym like routine hasn't really suffered. Like, I'm going to the gym and I'm lifting fucking strong and my joints feel great and everything. I don't know if this is going to be temporary. I don't know if I need to dial it back to only 5 milligrams a day until my body adjusts. I don't know if it's super powerful. I don't know what it is, but I don't know how to use it because I'm going to end up wasting, like, yesterday I tried taking what did I take out? Like 1/10 of a gram. And I separated it from the other bag because I was afraid the whole bag is going to turn into like a brick of gel and then I'll never be able to dose it. So I got a separate plastic baggie and I put like 1/10 of a gram in this baggie. And I was trying again to weigh out capsules. And I got like 3 or 4 caps. And the stuff started melting inside the bag, and it was like melting the bag shut. And then the little scooper is so sticky. Every time you try to put it into the bag to get to the powder, it starts sticking to the sides of the bag. And so it was a total cluster. I poured the powder out on a piece of white like paper, and I mean it's just like rapidly picking up water. So these capsules are probably all underdosed because I was picking up globs of the stuff and weighing it, and so there, there's some water weight in there. It can't just be powder. I don't know how much water it's a total disaster. So I don't know what to do with it. If there's anybody who happens to be watching this video, I'm thinking about trying to make a suspension or what's the other one called? A suspension or a solution. I've read that you can just like dissolve it in like vodka, shake the shit out of it every time you use it. I've read a bunch of stuff about mixing it with PG and like DMSO, and like I don't do any of this shit. I don't really want to do any of this shit. Somebody tell me the most basic fucking way to pre-make, a bunch of these doses with this sticky ass, terrible, horrible tasting powder. So that's what's been going on. I have a lot of content that I want to shoot. I have a lot of trend rant requests on one of my last videos that I'm going to definitively make some videos on. I was going through YouTube the other day. I think what I decided is like I need to start going to other YouTubers' content and hating on their content. If I have a reason to hate, commenting on their content to try to like get in the comments of other YouTubers and either get their attention or get the attention of their followers to try to grow my audience like in that kind of way. And so I was on Athlean X. I don't understand how this guy still has a YouTube channel. This is how we know, and this is gonna be this is gonna be the subject of an upcoming trend rant. This is how you know that society, that we're doomed. That just somebody needs to just push the button already. I think this guy's up to 13.6 million subscribers. He looks like an AIDS patient. He's horrific to look at. This guy would have no body to speak of at all if it wasn't for the fact that he has disproportionately large biceps that honestly are beginning to look a little fake to me. And I thought for sure, like 2 years ago when he got caught lifting fake weights, that was going to be the end of him. Like, who would possibly watch this guy after he literally got caught using fake weights? And not only did people not abandon his channel in droves, but he still has a giant YouTube channel. So this is what I'm saying when I talk about the fucking idiotic herd of mankind. There are 13.6 million losers out there that think that Athlean X has anything of value to say. If I woke up tomorrow morning with Athlean X's body, I would jump out of a fucking high-rise window. There's no doubt about it. Like, this guy's body to me, it's like, first of all, I think he's not natty. Like, I think he's admitted that he's like on TRT or something. But even if this guy's body was achievable natty, he's every single reason why I think being natty is like the stupidest thing in the world. It's like, this guy puts a t-shirt on and he disappears. The only reason anyone on earth can tell this guy lifts is because he has these disproportionately large biceps, which is not a good look. It's just that, like, if you spend most of your life in t-shirts, which I'm sure he does, then somebody can look at his arms and go, wow, it looks like his arms are kind of big. But he has no shoulders, no nothing. The whole rest of his body, he's very lean, which is more than a little suspect for being supposedly natty. I just can't imagine that. Like, I can't imagine spending as much time as somebody spends, he must spend in the gym, and to have your entire career being about fitness, and that's what you look like. But again, I mean, I'm different. Like, I don't lift to be fit. I lift to look like a freak. Like, my objective has always been to be as unnatural looking as possible. I don't want to look natty. I despise the thought of it. I remember growing up thinking like football players were big. And then, like, I saw a picture of like Tom Brady at the fucking beach, and I'm like, holy fuck, is this guy on the pipe? Like, that's what a fucking NFL quarterback looks like. I was shocked. Like, it's crazy. Like, when you see like normal men in movies take off their shirts, I don't know how any of these guys get girls. Like, I'm so dysmorphic. Like, I have such body dysmorphia that, to me, like, I kind of imagine that, like, I'm like the littlest anybody should be. Like, I can't imagine being like any smaller than I am. Like, I don't understand why there's a woman on earth that is attracted to a guy smaller than me. I just can't understand it. Certainly, like, a guy that doesn't even lift, or a fat guy. Like, but again, and I know, like, I'm probably offending people. I'm not trying to offend. I know that it's me. Like, believe me, I know that I'm the sick one, and that all of these people are perfectly normal. And but like, I see Tom Brady, I don't even see a man. To me, that's not what a man looks like. But like, maybe I'm all fucked up because I grew up on watching He-Man, G.I. Joe, fucking Terminator. Like, all of the male role models that I had as a kid were all jacked. They didn't look like normal fucking dudes. To me, like, a normal man is just a girl with a beard. Like, you look at a man's body, like a normal man's body who doesn't like actively try to be in shape, they're just skin and bones. They're like, if like a normal healthy man who's not fat next to a normal healthy girl, like, it's like body hair. It's like the whole difference. They look almost identical. She has tits, he has body hair. That's like the dividing line if they're wearing clothes. Other than that, men don't, to me, you don't look like a man until you have very well-defined musculature. So, like, yeah, Brad Pitt in Fight Club looks great, but he puts a t-shirt on, and it's like, do you lift, bro? Anyway, now I'm ranting on what was supposed to be just a video talking about the MK677 coma that I have been in. So now I guess I'm going to have to change the title of this video. It was originally going to be titled, I've been in an MK677 coma. Now it's probably just going to be titled, why I haven't made YouTube videos in a couple of days. That title will probably get more clicks than the MK677 title, which is the other thing that I'm learning, is that I need to probably do a better job of titling my videos. I have a video on my channel that has like a crazy amount of views, and it's titled, My wife's nip slipped on vacation. Which it did slip. Her nip did slip, but she had a nipple cover on. So I didn't lie. I told the truth. Her nip slipped in vacation. Her dress fell down and it exposed her nipple, except it had a nipple cover over it. And so, of course, like, I don't know, 30,000 people have clicked on this video thinking, like, I don't know what they think. But you thought you were going to see a nipple on YouTube? Maybe you can. I don't know. And then, of course, they downvoted and and they only watch it for like 3 minutes when they find out that it's a 30-minute vacation video that you have to wade through to get to the actual nip slip, which is really not technically, it's like technically a nip slip, but you're not going to see anything because, you know, like, it's covered. We got fucking kids. She doesn't go around town in outfits where her fucking nipple could come out at a children's park. Like, what the fuck? We saved that shit for OnlyFans. So, maybe I need to get more creative with my titles, but I just don't want to do, like, I don't want to be the clickbait, you know? Like I said, that's lame. I'd rather just fucking be real and let things, you know, develop as they may. So, anyway, I should probably stop talking while laying in bed. This is probably a really bad look. I don't know, y'all are probably like, dude, don't make videos in bed. It's gross. We don't want to see you. Like, go put a fucking shirt on and go sit at your fucking computer in your wrecked ass fucking office with a bed in the background. It's so much better than this, right? So anyway, that's why I haven't been making videos. I'm going to do my best to get out of bed and stay out of bed this evening. My wife is in there cooking right now. So I'm getting ready to eat a lot of food. And then I'm going to try to sit down and bang out some content for you guys, because I was doing like 4 videos a day, and now I think it's been almost 2 days since I put anything out. So somebody's gonna start asking if I dropped off the earth. So there you have it. Just a little quick rant to explain what's been going on. I don't think I owe anybody coaching, so at least I don't have to have any guilt about that. And then, yeah, that's what's up. If anybody in the audience can tell me, please, for the love of God, how I can manage this MK powder, please. I'm desperate. Like, I need to know how to handle this. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.